Everyone, I want you to meet Forky.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Katherine reporting for Kids First. Today I have the opportunity to speak with Tony Hale about Disney and Pixar's newest movie, Toy Story 5. Tony Hale is known for his roles in Inside Out 2, Toy Story 4, Arrested Development, and more. Today we're talking about his role as Forky, the silly, kind, and existential crisis-having spork turned toy in Toy Story 5, which releases in cinemas on June 19th, 2026. Welcome to the show.
Hi,
right.
Catherine.
Hi, it's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Well, Toy Story 4 was my first big press event when I was 11, so this is like a very full circle moment for me.
That's cool.
I know. Well, okay, so Forky has had a very long journey, starting out as a literal piece of trash, and then eventually finding acceptance and belonging as a toy. So why do you think audiences connect so much with him?
Yeah, Forky's the best, first of all. But he came into the world just with a ton of questions, curious. He also just had never put labels on anybody because he didn't have that kind of, he didn't compartmentalize people. And I feel like we need to do a lot more of that, you know?
Forky's a great role model. You're
a
totally
great
right.
role model.
He's very open and, he makes his own ideas and opinions, and he's very unaffected by the world, like in a great way.
Yeah, and he has a lot. He just kind of says the facts. Like in this one, he's like, you're going bald, Woody. That's what's happening. You're going bald.
What are you, some sort of old man toy?
What?
She thinks you're old because you're bald, Woody.
And then I think that lizard moment when everybody's like, what happened to Lizard 2 or something? He's like, okay, let me explain it. Lizard 1 died. And the next one.
Forky will keep it real with you.
He just keeps it real.
I see Sammy got bigger.
That's Sammy number 2.
No.
I'll explain it. There was a Sammy number 1, and then he died.
Poor Samuel.
As a child, did you have any creations like Forky, or what was your favorite toy?
Yeah, I don't know if I had any creations, but my favorite toy, well, I love the Muppets. I adored the Muppets.
Oh, of course.
And I really resonated with Scooter, who was like the little, he always had the glasses. And I kind of looked like me. He was kind of nerdy. And I was convinced he had asthma, so I would always put my inhaler in his hand. And I was kind of like, yeah, you're my guy. You're my guy.
Yeah, I love that.
Do you, Forky, take Karen Beverly to be your beloved bride?
I now pronounce you husband and knife.
In Toy Story 5, Forky marries a knife named Karen Beverly. Congrats to Forky.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
What was your reaction when you first learned of this major life change?
Well, there was a little bit of a spark at the end of Toy Story 4 when she came into the picture. Mm-hmm. And, I will say Forky worked fast. He came into the world Toy Story 4 and already met somebody. And I think the only other married people are the Potato Heads. So he's got a mission. I know. So he found his person or his toy. Yeah. And he's pretty stoked.
Well, and on that note, if they ever had children, what kind of utensil do you think they'd be?
What kind of utensils would they have? Maybe we should go back to just a fork because there was a lot of he is a spork.
Yeah.
But maybe we got kind of a spoon situation. So maybe the little one.
Maybe it could be like a little oyster fork, like the little tiny ones.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Yeah.
I think
that's nice. Work. That's Toy Story 6.
Toy Story 6, take notes. What do you think was your most memorable moment from working on this film?
I love anytime I get a chance to go to Pixar because it's just a magical place. I was able to record there. And the thing is, when you record animation, typically you're kind of separated by glass, so you don't really know what's going on. And so you kind of hear their mouths moving and the insecurity can build up. And you're like, do they like me? I don't know if they like me. And with this, it was just one open room. There was no division. And I don't know, it was a very collaborative, warm environment. So it's a pretty special place.
What about voice acting, I guess, especially with Pixar, still excites you and engages you?
Yeah. To be completely honest, growing up, I had a real insecurity in my voice.
I am not a toy. I'm a spork. I was made for soup, salad, maybe chili, and then the trash.
And so it was a little daunting when I started doing it because as a comic actor, you're so reliant on your body and your facial expressions, and it's really just a mic. So I was like, oh gosh, is it going to transfer and all that stuff? And then I realized, I'm going to do the same thing in front of the mic that I do in front of the camera. Just act just as crazy, do all the nonverbal. and then just hope that it does transfer. So I act just crazy in the booth, and it's so fun.
Well, it works.
Yeah,
It works.
I guess. So that's good.
Oh!
Yeah. What do you think would surprise people most about the voiceover process?
You rarely are doing it with other actors. So like I didn't meet the Toy Story cast until we did press. That's the work of such a good director because he has to do all the voices and he knows the bigger. So we only get pages of each scene. We never see a full script. So I didn't really know the full story until I saw it on the screen. It's the director's job to get exactly what he needs because he sees the bigger picture to make it seamless for the movie. And that's like a really specific gift for that director.
Yeah, you would never know that all the actors aren't in the same room. It really
Yeah.
does tie together so well.
Yeah, it's Jesse's story and it's so beautiful,
Yeah, I loved that because I'm a fan of Jesse. Just as a
Sure.
little girl watching Jesse, like that's great.
Yeah.
Are
Are you a Taylor Swift fan as well?
Well, I am, and I was like, I had no idea. Well, okay, I saw there were a bunch of billboards and it
Sure,
said TS,
sure.
and I'm like, oh, it's just for Toy Story, but everyone's like, no, guys, it's Taylor Swift, and I'm like, you guys are crazy. But I mean, you guys all found out
Yeah.
the day of the premiere.
I found out the day of the premiere, and
happening.
my daughter was with me, who's a big fan. And so, but we had no idea that she was performing at the show. And so like that was pretty fun to watch her reaction.
Absolutely. I'm from Kansas City, so Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift,
Sure, sure,
of course.
sure.
Is there anything that you hope audiences take away from the film? I mean, typical of the Toy Story franchise, there's all about changing and growing with the world around them. What do you hope audiences take away?
Obviously it's toys meets tech. And so I think it was Tom Hanks who said recently that there's no bashing of technology in this. It's here to stay. It's here to stay. We have to embrace it. But nothing's going to replace human connection.
Tech's invaded our house, too.
I don't know, Jesse. Toys are for play, but tech is for everything.
I'm losing Bonnie to this device.
And I think that is such a powerful message because nothing can replace that. As long as we keep the play alive, as long as we keep the connection alive, technology, we can all work together,
Bonnie doesn't want to play with toys anymore. She needs me.
Jesse, you know Bonnie better than anyone. What does your gut say?
Bonnie still needs us. Our time ain't over yet.
But we gotta be careful because it can lean a little too much screens, and we got to keep the connection alive.
Of course. I totally noticed that when I was watching it. I was like, I don't think people are supposed to take away that, oh, these screens are really bad for you. It's just, you have to find that balance. And it is all about human connection. And that's really, I mean, in Lilypad's own way, she is just trying to get Bonnie to connect with people.
Absolutely.
So,
It reminds me of in Inside Out when Anxiety really thought she was helping.
Yeah.
And all those emotions come from a place of really wanting to help her. It's just they all can go awry, and technology can go awry.
I noticed that too with Anxiety. It's just these people you're always trying to do the best you can, but it's, you have to figure that out, how that can work out for everyone,
Sure, totally.
Well, thank you so much for talking with me
Thank
today.
you. You're the best. You're so good at this.
Oh, thank you so much.
You are. All right, keep going. Hang in there.
Thank you. You too.
All right, see ya.
Bye. Thank you, Tony Hale, for talking to me today. Toy Story 5 releases in theaters on June 19th, 2026. Be sure to look for it. I'm Katherine reporting for Kids First. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss my next interview or those of my awesome team members. See you later. Bye.